Sometimes I love it when Sony really screws the pooch on things and it backfires into their face, especially when they censor a lot of the games that do come out. Now, if you're not aware, Martha is Dead has been censored for the PS4 and PS5. A lot of people say, well, Gar, don't buy the PlayStation version. But what about the people that wanted to buy the game for the PlayStation version? They don't have access to like a high-end PC and they can only afford one console at a time. This is one of the reasons why I kind of discourage people from buying like consoles and that type of stuff. What I prefer to buy them like give them like PCs and stuff. But this whole mess right here is nothing but a mess that Sony continues to make. I remember back then when Devil May Cry 5 came out, they forced Capcom to censor some scenes within the game, like when Dante was picking up Trish and her butt crack was showing and stuff, and Sony got all up in their tight suits and they said you must censor this. It is too gross. The butt crack of women. You must stop it now. It's the stupid censorship that it goes. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and read this little twit post that the company that made Martha is Dead and tell you guys what they say. And this is why it's kind of agitating, because I love horror games and I love people enjoying horror games. So I'm going to go ahead and get right to it. Martha is Dead is a narrative adventure recommended for adult audiences only, with playing consisting of potentially discomfort scenes and themes that may distress some players. Both Wired Productions and LKA have always been open and honest about Martha is Dead's content. With the sensitive depictions, sorry about that, and play consistently communicated to the media since the game was announced in 2019, this content is also flagged clearly and repeatedly with the game itself before play begins. It is with regret that we have modified the experience on the PS5 and PS4 versions, with some elements no longer playable. After 4 years of passion and hard work, developer LKA now requires extra time to make these unplanned changes. Martha is Dead, as a result, will still launch digitally on both PS5 and PS4 on Thursday, February 24th, 2022, but the physical retail release will be delayed to yet to be disclosed date. Although we anticipate this is only to be a small number of weeks, our physical edition will still contain the bonus content of a double-sided poster, digital tarot cards, Martha is Dead EP. We will update players with the date we ship this edition as soon as we have the information. The PC and Xbox version of Martha is Dead are both unaffected by these developments and will launch with the full unedited gameplay as planned. We look forward to players experiencing the work of LKA on the Thursday, February 24th, 2022. Now, if somebody's not sure of what they've really took out in the PlayStation version, a lot of people have been talking, and I think the developers kind of hinted at there was this one part where you're kind of cutting the player's face off of the body and stuff. But this is an M-rated game, though, Sony. That none of this makes sense at all with you guys because it's a horror game. But it's okay for you guys to put out a game like The Last of Us, where we're literally, and I mean literally, beating the shit out of one of the characters with a golf club, and you have sex scenes appeared on there to where the Abby, if I remember her name correctly, is getting humped by another character right in front of the player. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's comfortable to see during the whole damn thing. But then you're gonna stick your nose into like the small little indie developers that have been developing this game for 4 years. You're gonna go ahead and stick your nose in that and say, "No, that's not good enough for our platform." But then you're gonna let that shit show of a freaking game like The Last of Us be okay to bring onto your platform and pretty much scar everybody for life. But the double standards that Sony has as usual, especially when it made me so mad, especially when they censored Devil May Cry 5 because a little nudity was showing around. But then they had brought out The Last of Us and they showed all that nudity, all that gore and all that type of stuff. Oh, especially during the awards during that year when that game came out and won all those awards. Sony, you're a hypocrite to the ends of the earth, and It's just disgusting how we let these companies get away with these type of things. But you know what though? You know what? I'm going to support these developers. I'm going to go ahead and buy Martha is Dead. It looks pretty interesting to me. I'm not going to GameFly. I'm going to buy the game legit, full price, and try the game out. Maybe I'll live stream it if you guys do want to see that. But yeah, you know what though, Sony? That is just absolutely disgusting to what you did to these developers. So not only have you affected these developers in getting their money out in time and getting the product, well, getting their money and then getting the product out in time for their customer base and stuff. Like, Sony, I thought you were for the developers. I thought PlayStation had no limits, but apparently PlayStation does have limits. And please, please don't take this as like, oh my god, Gar's an Xbox. He's going after the PlayStation. We must attack Gar. No, I am attacking Sony for their censorship and how god awful they can be sometimes to developers. And another game that pops into my head too, why in God's name is Mortal Kombat, the recent one that did come out was like a couple years ago, why is that not censored, Sony? That's a lot of blood and gore that happened, especially when you play, I think, Shadow or one of the combat ninjas, where he just pops out of the guy and just gore just spurts all out. But no, Sony's gotta protect the limited players and stuff, and how much of a smooth brain they are. God, I can't stand it with this stuff, guys. And I see a lot of smooth brains protecting Sony for making the decision of removing this certain part. Actually, I should say parts within this game because it was too gory. Let me explain something to you, you fucking smooth brains. This is a horror game. There is multiple warnings within this game before you even started. I'm talking about like 5 warnings saying this game is gory. It is a horror game. It repeats it too. And they tell you again and again, please do not, if you are weak, no, I shouldn't say weak, but if you are not into this type of stuff, these are warnings that we're giving you right now before you start playing it. And I see a lot of people that are playing on Twitch getting all cruisy and stuff, and it's annoying. Grow the fuck up, people. You bought an amateur game that is a horror game, that is meant to be horror. It's supposed to be like, oh god, this really happened. You know? And that explains a lot, too. When I was playing, what was it? Resident Evil Village and stuff, I'll bet you anything Sony stuck their hand in that game and just absolutely ruined the horror aspect of it, just so they can sell games and stuff to the questionable weak stomachs and like, oh god, I gotta ruin video games for everybody. Swear to god, these people that do this stuff to the horror genre need to be gatekeeped out. It's dumbest people I've ever met in my life. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me rant. I'm gonna let y'all go. But if you like the content, please leave a comment and a like and stuff. And if you enjoyed the content, sub to the channel. I'll have more coming for you guys. But other than that, stay safe, fam, and see you guys in the next video. Later, fam.